this channel. Today in this video we are going to create a forex robot, a scalping forex robot based on this strategy, which includes Bollinger Bands Rsi Adx. So it's a scalping strategy that we're going to turn into a forex robot. According to the guys who developed this strategy, it's supposed to be trading on the 1 minute time frame, and you must be trading major pairs. You must only be trading major pairs with this strategy that we are going to turn into a forex robot shortly. I'm not going to make this video very long because I know some of you guys, you don't like to watch very long videos. The purpose of these videos, like I mentioned in the previous video, I am not trying to find you guys the most profitable robots. Some people come on this channel and then they say, why are you not testing these robots and stuff like that. I am not trying to find you the most profitable robots, or I'm not trying to find you the robots that will make you money. I am here to just show you how you can turn, for example, a strategy like this into a forex robot that can trade for you automatically, and how you can do that without paying anybody, and hopefully that robot can make you some money and you can ride into the sunset as a millionaire. So let's just get that out of the way. The reason that I don't sometimes test these robots is I am not here to find you a profitable robot, but I'm here to show you how you can turn your strategies into forex robots without paying anybody, without learning any coding or anything. So the strategy relies on Bollinger Bands, which is set to 20 and 2, and RSI period 7, ADX, I think it's average directional index, which is period 14, and this is the times when you need to be trading this strategy with this robot. So you probably just need to EST, I think it's Eastern Standard Time for the US. So if you're not in the US, you just need to understand what time you need to be doing this, or if you're in another part of the world. So RSI needs rise above 70 line or below 30 line. ADX is going to be less than 30. So those are the inputs for our indicators as they have them here. Then for long entry, price must be below the lower Bollinger Band. Price must be below the lower Bollinger Band. This is the lower Bollinger Band line, this is the middle one, and this is the upper one. So it's saying price must be below the lower Bollinger Band when that happens, and RSI must be above 30. RSI must be above 30, and price must be below the lower Bollinger Band, and ADX must be less than 32. ADX must be less than 32. Then the robot must take a buy. For the short entry, price must be above the upper Bollinger Band. Price must be above the Bollinger Band, and RSI must be below 70. RSI must be below 70, and ADX must still be less than 32. ADX must be still less than 32. Then you can take a sell. That's the conditions that they have. Target profit, the strategy is 6 pips. So you're going to be getting in and getting out of trades, which is why we use robots, because sometimes it becomes boring to just get in and get out of trades manually. That's why you create these robots, so that they can do everything that we want for us without bothering us. We are lazy. to do this manually. That's why we are going to turn this strategy into a forex robot. You can exit when price touches the middle band. I'm not going to set this as such. It's an option, or when it touches the opposite band. So you can, besides using the TP of 6 pips, you can also exit when a price comes to this middle band or comes to that middle, that upper band. It's going to involve a lot of blocks on our part, so I'm not going to bother with that, because we want to create this robot for free. And if you're going to use the EA builder that we use, which is Fxdreema, that we're going to use today, which is Fxdreema, there's a limit, the amount of blocks that you can use to make that robot free, that you can download, which is I think around 10 blocks. So you don't want to create more than 10 blocks unless you want to subscribe. Then you can play some more with it. So what we are doing on this channel in this video is definitely keeping everything free, and stop loss needs to be 7 pips. So let's see how we can turn this into a forex robot that can trade on your behalf. By the way, if you are new on this channel, you don't lose anything. Go ahead and like the video. At least you show me that you're liking what I'm doing, and everything that we are doing here is for free. I'm teaching you these things for free. There are probably a whole lot of other things that I might be doing, but I'm just coming here to teach you some of these things for free. And again, the purpose of this channel and these videos is to just show you the direction that you need to take. I'm not going to go into very deep things like constants, inputs, variables, and things like that. I just want to show you the basics and how easy it is to turn any strategy into a forex robot without paying anybody, without doing any programming yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do to turn this into a robot is, obviously, we are going, if you are a regular on this channel, you always understand what we're going to do. We are going to first of all check this block. We are going to check that there are no other trades running, because we are not trying to have the robot take 1,000 trades from a single signal, unless that's your point. Then we are just going to use once per bar. We want this robot to, after checking that there are no prior trades that are running that it placed, that the robot placed, is just going to check the magic number. Then we want the robot to only consider one signal per bar. If the signal is not there on that particular bar, we wait for the next bar. If the signal is there for on that particular bar, we just take one trade. That's what we want. We don't want to blow our count on maybe sometimes bad trades. So once we've set that, now we come and we set our conditions. And did I ask you to subscribe? Of course you need to subscribe, because that's how you are not going to miss any of our future videos. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. About everything else, see the links in the description box below. Also, the broker that I use for testing these robots, indicators and stuff like that, see the link in the description box below. You can open a real life trading account with just $5. Then if the robot is making you some money, if you manage to flip that $5, then obviously you are onto something good. Then you can always give that robot some more capital to trade with. If you lose that $5, at least you did not put your entire money capital on the line. So it's just $5. You can find another strategy, turn it into a robot again, and see if that robot can grow that account. So what do we need to set first? We can start with anything really, but let's start from the top. So we're going to set our conditions for the Bollinger Bands. So let's see what's going to happen here. Bollinger Bands needs to be set to 22. Uh, then price must be below the lower Bollinger Band. Let's just go and get our conditions, and we are going to link it like that. Then we're going to double click and go in there. Then we are going to look for candles. We're going to look for candles. We want price to be below the lower Bollinger Band level. So we want our candle to be below. We want our candle, we can use candle 0, which is the current candle, or you can use the previous candle. Let's choose the previous candle. The current candle is candle 0, so we'll use the previous candle, which is candle 1. So it needs, candle 1 needs to be below Bollinger Band. It needs to be below the lower band. That's what they said. It needs to be below the lower band. It needs to be below the lower band, and we are going to use 22, and it appears to be the default. That's the default setting on the Bollinger Bands, and with that there are no more settings that you need to play with. But in any case, if you want to change some of these things without coming back to Fxdreema, you can always tick these gray boxes so that you can change some of these values on MetaTrader 4 side without coming back to Fxdreema. But well, it's up to you. So if you don't want to change everything there, if you still want to come and play along with everything on Fxdreema, it's for free. You can make as many changes as you want and download as many times as you want. So as long as you are using the free version, there's nothing to worry about, as well as the paid version, I assume. But anyway, let's just update. That's the first condition for a Bollinger Band. Then we are going to have an RSI set to period 7. By the way, here this side we are setting conditions for our buy. Then on this side we are going to set conditions for our sell. So we are still setting the condition for our buy. So RSI needs to be set to 7, and RSI must be above 30. RSI 7 must be above 30. So we are going to take this condition. How many blocks do we have now? 4. We need to keep below 10. Then double click and go in there, and we're going to search for our relative strength indicator, and we're going to make it 7. And they said it needs to be above 30, above the 30 line. So we are going to be above, and we are going to use value. We are going to say above 30. Above 30. Then we are going to take another condition, the last condition, which is ADX. ADX is I believe average directional index or something like that. Let's just double click and go in there. ADX, this is ADX, average directional movement index. We take it like that, and it's ADX period 14. Period 14 is the default one, it seems, and it needs to be less than 32. Less than 32. Again, we are going to say it's going to be less than value 32, and we're going to update. Then after that, we are going to take our buy now block, because that's condition for the buy, and we're going to double click and go in there. and we're going to use the bare minimum lot sizing. For some brokers it's 0.1, for some it's 0.01. So whatever your broker uses as the bare minimum lot sizing, I advise that you use that one. So, or you can still tick these gray boxes here so that you change everything on MetaTrader 4 side, but we are not going to do that for now. Fixed stop loss was given as 7 pips. It was given as 7 pips, and the target was given as 6 pips. Maybe let's just make it 7, so that it's a 1:1 risk to reward ratio, and we update. Then we are going to do the same for our what, our sell side signal. We are just going to highlight these blocks so that we don't do everything manually again. We just save some time. So for our sell condition, we're just going to connect it like that, and we already have 9 blocks. So we are just going to go in there and we are going to do the opposite. So for the sales, our price needs to be above the upper band. This is what they said. Price must be above the upper Bollinger Band. It's up to you to test this thing, whether you want to use these upper bands, this upper band, lower band, or if you want to use the middle band. The middle band, you can simply come here. There is the middle line if you prefer to use that one instead. But we are going to just try to stick to what we were told here. And we just update. Then we go in there and we are obviously going to change it to that, and we are going to change the RSI to 70, below 70. It needs to be below 70. It needs to be below 70. And we're going to update, and we're going to double click and go in there. What did they say about the ADX? It still needs to be less than 32. So it's still less than 32. We update, then we take our sell now block and we just connect everything like that together. I'm happy that it's 10 blocks on the dot, so that our robot is still for free. Then obviously we just maybe make that 0.01 or 0.1 depending on the bare minimum lot size that your broker uses, and we are going to use 7 pips as our stop loss and 7 pips as our target, so that what we have a risk to reward ratio of 1:1. So that's how you basically interpret this into a robot. And then what you can do then is, after this, you just come here and you, I don't know what you want to call it, but we can call it this. We can just call it that, and we just come here and we, okay, I should have used, let me control Z, shift control V. Yes, now it works, but I'm not liking the commas, so I've never seen a name with commas inside. So we call it the Bollinger Bands Rsi Adx EA, according to this. Then we have we just click done, and we just click there to download our executable file, and there for our source code. So yeah, we managed to do this in less than 10 blocks. I'm happy about that. That's why I only stuck to using the target, take profit and stop loss, so that we don't have a whole lot of other blocks for closing trades and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully you can give this a try and see if it's a profitable strategy or if it's a profitable robot. Otherwise guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.